Good morning, everyone. Today, your hosts are me, John,
Jake,
Adam,
and Kevin.
Okay. The time now is 11:15 a.m. and we will start the show off with the economic stock values with Kevin.
Thanks, John. This part is brought to you by Ford with their famous 17-year-old Model T. Our value of the Canadian dollar is coming really close to our Jones, from 1 to 105. As I expected, we might even tie our value with theirs within the next week to a month. The value of our gold is currently at $20.68 per gram. Our shiny keen silver is sitting at $12.15 per gram at most jewelry shops. Right now, I have the famous jeweler Bob Allen, which by the way owns BB Jewelries. So Bob, what are some of your thoughts on the values of our jewelry?
to be honest with you, Kevin, I'm shocked about the price of the silver rising up and coming to meet the value of gold. This has never happened before. That significantly helped my business run faster and smoother.
Speaking of business, how is your business doing?
To be honest with you, my business is a cat's pajamas. A lot easier than I can expect. What I mean by that is that I have been selling my jewelry so much that my production rate can't even match up.
That's amazing. Okay, thank you Bob for coming in.
No problem. It was an honor to be here with you, Kevin.
Okay, thanks. Well, just before we move on to sports, I just wanted to notify everyone listening that the lowest stock in the market is being sold for only $5. It's 12:20. Time for sports and scores. Brought to you by Adam.
And now for the sports, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Enjoy thirst at work or at play. Buy a bottle for only 5 cents. So yesterday night, the Toronto St. Patrick's took on the Montreal Canadiens in Toronto at the Mutual Street Arena. The Pats dominated Montreal on the offensive end and managed to score 4 goals to secure the win at home. The Pats will take on the Ottawa Senators tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Now we have a special guest. We have Ted Stackhouse from the Toronto St. Pats here to talk with us. Hi Ted, we're so excited to have you this morning.
Thank you, Adam. It's an honor to be here.
So you had a great game last night. You put up 2 goals and 2 assists. How did you feel after your swell performance?
Obviously, I felt great and held amazing pride after scoring my goals. When the puck would go in, the cheers of the crowd would overwhelm me with pride and happiness. A truly great feeling, I tell you. However, my personal performance doesn't matter because we got the win as a team, and that's all that matters.
You went up against the Canadiens yesterday, the top seed in the league. How did it feel to get the win, and do you think it affected your team in any way?
It was a significant win for the team. Beating Montreal impacted our team's overall gameplay as we gained a lot of experience from that match.
So, my last question of the morning. Do you think that you are the bee's knees of this team?
We're on a team, and all I see is equality. We all have worked equally hard to make it there here in the NHL. For me to say that I am the bee's knees of the team would not be just. On this team, at least, we are one.
Okay, Mr. Stackhouse, that about wraps it up for us. It has been an honor having you as our guest, and we look forward to having you again.
Thank you, Adam. I had a great time.
That was Ted Stackhouse, folks. It is now 11:35, time for politics with Kevin.
Thanks, Adam. Now, it's looking to me as if the President Mackenzie King is going to demand a re-election to stay and create a majority government with his Liberal team. On the other hand, we have the Progressive Party, who is sitting right behind the Liberals. The leader of the Progressive Party is Thomas Alexander Carrier. If you don't know, they are the party of the Canadian farmers. On that hand, we have the Conservative, which the leader is Arthur Maine, which he is showing no sign of doing anything during this period. So just a heads up about the possible upcoming re-election next year, and the time now is 11:40. Let's head over to entertainment and gossip presented to us by John.
Okay, let's kick things off with one of the most popular songs today called All Alone by John McCormack.
How much I cared about
Now let's talk a bit about the women Christian temperance movement and how it's been holding out so far. In order to do that, we have called in one of the famous five named Emily Murphy. How are you doing today, Emily?
I'm doing great on this fine day.
Give us a little insight on what made you start this movement.
So, I was basically born in a family full of politicians and lawyers. I, therefore, grew up in a family that frequently discussed legal and political matters. And I believed I started 9 years ago when members of the Edmonton Local Council, who were women, tried to attend the trial of several women who had been arrested as prostitutes. The women were ejected from the court as the men believed that the testimony was not fixed for mixed company. This made me very angry, and so I decided to protest to the provincial attorney general.
So this is what made you the big cheese. Well, I am quite happy about how you are influencing the world for the better.
Yes, thank you, but it all comes down to how many support me. And thankfully, many are understanding that women are the same as men, which is very swell.
Okay. I have one more question for you, and that is, what do you think about the prohibition law on alcohol? Do you think it's helping or not?
Personally, when the prohibition law was first passed down, I was really excited, as the court is finally listening to women's demands, but it only worked for a short period of time, as many people started bootlegging and opened up speakeasies. This has not just brought back alcohol, but it's now an even bigger issue as it's creating mafia gangs which will lead to violence. And the Dicks are trying their hardest to put an end to this, but they can't get the upper hand, so I believe the police should join as well.
Thank you for joining us today to discuss this matter. Oh, wait, look at the time. It's already 12 p.m. That means it's invention time with Jake. But before that, I will finish my part with a play called The Diner Sketch.
Good morning, beautiful. What are you here from Gosha? Rigger. Got a menu? Two 4-minute eggs and glass. Cup. Yes, cup. And some whole wheat, white. Some white bread, yes. And get away from there. And a cup of mocha java with cream.
Milk.
Milk, yes, that's fine.
2 and a water easy.
I don't know why I ever come in here. Swines get the best of everything. Go away.
And another thing, you're always squawking about something. If it isn't the steak, it's something else.
I didn't squawk about the steak, dear. I merely said I didn't see that old horse that used to be tethered outside here.
You're as
Thank you, John. And for the families tuning in, this segment is for you if you want to know what your household is missing. As we all know, machines are now becoming more convenient, meaning an average household will have much more machinery. For the ladies, good news. You don't have to use that washboard to do your laundry anymore. Washing machines are now doing it for you, giving you more time to relax. Also, men, if you haven't already picked a car out, you're missing out. I mean, not only those things are now more affordable, they're just swell. Another one for you ladies out there who like to go to the hair salon often. Why go through all this trouble when you can just stay at home, relax, and still get the same results? If you want to know how, then stick around after a word from Philco.
Are you tired of getting meat and milk and have them expired before you know it? Don't want to pay those icemen anymore? Well, say no more and come down here to Philco and get your brand new refrigerator that not only actually, has organizers, but are also way more efficient than those rusty ice boxes.
Now I'm joined by the inventor of the hairdryer, Alexander Ferdinand Godfroy. Now, Mr. Godfroy, tell us a bit about your invention.
Well, as you know, I am a hairdresser myself, and even though I was one who thought of the helmet type dryer myself, those things can get very loud and obnoxious, and can sometimes be distracting, especially when I'm trying to work with a client, you know. So I decided to come up with a bee's knees, and I ended up with a hairdryer which is portable and lightweight.
Did that by any chance help grow your business or solve your problem?
Unfortunately, no, But my salon still highly depends on the old-fashioned dryers. But to be fair, the hair dryer hasn't been out for that long. So hopefully, in the coming years, I'll end up trashing those big metal helmets.
Well, Mr. Godfrey, it was an honor to meet you, and thank you for your time tonight. Well, that wraps it up tonight, folks. Tune in on Thursday for more guests and wonderful segments. Have a great day!